Let's be honest, sitting on the bench is not fun. Major ego check, you work your tail off to be the guy. Maybe you're never the guy, but you want to try to find value to add to your team. I think the big point is staying the course, do the things that you can do to contribute to your team and control what you can control.
Maybe I should talk about this since I spent the most time on the bench out of all you guys in college.
Got 5 rings though.
It was a good bench to be on. It was a good bench to be on at USC. But yeah, that transition from coming in, thinking you're going to contribute, you're just coming off high school where you were, the starting player. I think what a lot of these college athletes now, and even high school athletes, coming out of successful youth sports careers, you forget, you're on the low end of the totem pole. You're a freshman. You still have a ton to learn. And I think everyone intrinsically wants to add value to whatever it is, or have the space to add value to whatever it is that they're involved in. And a lot of times that takes some time and experience to figure out where your own value that you can bring to any situation lies. And it took me, a couple years within USC. Luckily, I was, I was the number 7 quarterback in the room at USC. I was barely in the meeting room. 6 scholarship guys.
You were serving donuts and getting water and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
right? Sark, Coach Sarkisian, who's now the head coach of Texas. I'd be making his, hazelnut, coffee and bringing it in.
You're the DJ too, right?
And,
Yeah.
I was responsible for playing the good music during the film sessions.
Important stuff.
A few times got a few markers thrown at me for dozing off during the meetings during camp. Those long days. I wasn't exactly up on the film to watch, or didn't really have the reps coming to me to pay attention to the defense. But it took me a couple years to realize, and I had a conversation, I've told this story a decent amount, but I had a conversation with a former walk-on receiver who, undersized, good route runner, not the fastest, but he was able to carve out a niche within the team that added value. And for that, he got put on scholarship. And that was kind of my goal. How am I going to add value to this incredible team when I'm playing quarterback, one guy starts, Matt Leinart just, won the Heisman Trophy. I'm not going to be that guy anymore. But where else can I fit in? And it came in the form of knowing the offense, bringing energy and enthusiasm to a quarterback room, and the other players of the team, the younger players that were coming up through, helping them learn the offense because I'd been there for a couple years. Now I'm a redshirt sophomore. I've been around the block a little bit. I know the routine. There's a lot of power in showing up and sticking around. And then, I took ownership in running that scout team offense. We're going to be the best scout team in the country. Right. We're going against the best defense in the country.
So you shifted your total perspective on what your mission was.
Yes.
Yeah, which I think was huge.
Where, I was kind of floating those first 2 years, just a seat on the bus.
What we achieve inwardly will change our outer reality. So that shifted your entire perspective on what it meant to you. And what your role, because you knew your role now, and you knew what you're going to do it, and you were now destined to do that to the best of your ability, and you did a great job.
That's right, and that role was not throwing touchdowns in the Coliseum,
right.
And that role was not playing meaningful snaps.
Right.
But it still gave me fulfillment in the time and effort I was putting into it, because I had defined that role and chosen to give value to that role.
Right.
Well, it's a credit to you, too, because it's tough to find your role. You're playing on top team in the country.
You sought it out. You figured out a spot, and you became the holder.
Yeah.
That was your thing.
And again, happenstance, a good buddy of mine, my roommate at the time, was the long snapper, short snapper. Right. And punter graduated who had been holding, and he came up to me, my tryout was one conversation. He's like, hey, can you hold? I'm like, yeah, I held in high school. Got the best hands of the McDonald's. I could figure this out.
I held in the NFL.
Well, you had a couple really key plays. Was it against Washington?
Yeah.
The fake field
Fake
goal.
field goal.
We ran
You guys
a fake
won
field
by,
goal.
like,
That was a game
6
winner.
points.
That was a game winner. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sleeper play.
yeah. So because and I took that role very seriously. It wasn't like, I'm not the starter and I got to do this thing. It's like, no, like I'm gonna be the best holder that there is in the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's a great message.
And we're not gonna drop. We're not. And we were 100%. We were awesome. No one even knows I held because I didn't screw up. The only people that know
That's right.
that you hold is when something bad happens, like phone in
that's
Tony
true.
Romo, NFC.
Yeah. Fire.
Wild card game, right? So with that, it shaped my next 3 years, and I'm so grateful that I was given the opportunity to find that fulfillment and the value, because any sports athlete, anyone that's a part of a team, whether you're a starter, scoring all the points of the basketball team, or you're running the scout team in defense, like the juice you bring to the team matters. Like that matters.
So you're on the bench. It's not just like sitting on the bench on the sidelines. It's like film room. It's not that you lift a lot of weights, Michael, but maybe the strength room, practice field, off the field, just with the guys and all that stuff. It all adds to the table of
all of it,
team chemistry and everything like that. So let's a great story. Let's shift to you. You almost quit too. Did I talk you out of it or something like that?
You sure did. I piggyback off what Michael was saying. You're the man in high school. If you're getting recruited to play in college, you're probably like one of the best players in your area. So coming in with a lot of confidence, and you're at the bottom of the totem pole, and you got to rebuild or kind of create your reputation at this new team that you're now on and provide value and prove
Because you
that
balled
you're
out at
worthy
Mission
of
Viejo.
playing.
You transferred from Mater Dei. Mission Viejo, you had through for 35 TDs, ran for a bunch.
39. But
sorry. And had a great year, and then you get the scholarship to Boston College.
It's harder. Everyone's just as good as you are now.
You're just trying to.
Everyone's the best player on their team from high school.
I know.
It's definitely an adjustment and reality check. I went to Boston College. I was across the country. I was very homesick.
Totally different culture too. East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah, very different. It was definitely an adjustment for me.
Yes.
Wasn't enjoying football. I remember Dad was in town. They rented an Airbnb for one of our home
Papa,
games.
your grandfather, and Mom. We had a house on Chestnut Hill.
Yeah.
And it was after a game, and you came out and proceeded to tell us, might have had a couple beers, proceeded to tell us that you're going to quit.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
And I'll kind of give the nice version, but Dad basically said I didn't raise a quitter and gave me the tough love that I needed at that time. Mm-hmm. I especially think
you had a full ride scholarship to Boston College.
Well, yeah, especially that part of it.
Well, by the way, it's a great school.
Yeah, no, I know. But I think I needed to hear that, and I think a lot of kids nowadays are always looking for instant gratification. They're like, why is this not clicking right away? Why am I not the guy? Why am I not starting right away? And I needed that push from you to kind of stick with it and overcome that adversity. And also picking off what Michael said, I switched my perspective when I got back to practice. I found my love for the game again. I treated scout team practices like it was my Super Bowl. I wanted to make our starting defense look bad.
Yeah.
So that they could have no reason not to put me on the field. And it obviously caught the eyes of our offensive coordinator, Scott Loeffler, who eventually gets the head coaching gig at Bowling Green and brings me along with him, and the rest is history.
Well, I knew Scott loved you because when the first time I met him, you guys had to kind of have a scrimmage, and I was out there for that for some reason. And I said, "How's it going, Coach?" Matt's got the anticipation of Tom Brady. I'm like, holy crap. It's really like him. So he was your guy, and then
You just
when
need
he
one
left,
guy to believe in you.
he went.
He was
So
my
you
one
just
guy.
need one guy to believe in you, and you went to Bowling Green, followed him, and that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, we'll get into that
Andrew,
later.
you want to jump in here and comment in any way on you? You were
So
staying.
yeah. So
You were on the bench, and what did
So
you do?
after my reset at Arizona, I was obviously on the bench
Yeah.
behind the Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles. I went into Arizona thinking I had a shot. Obviously, things happened, didn't work out. Came home, hit the reset, played at San Diego College, played really well.
Yes.
And then when I got to New Mexico State, the guy that recruited me, Doug Martin, He, a week later, after I got to campus at New Mexico State, took the offensive coordinator position at Boston College. So that one guy that did believe in me left. So I was kind of back to square one. And the head coach liked this other guy who was coming off a knee ACL.
Yeah.
And from what my understanding was, if I win the job in spring and play well, I have an opportunity to compete against that guy in the fall.
Right.
Won the job in spring, never really had an opportunity to compete against against the guy that came off the injury.
Right.
So that year for me was a big struggle because we were on a losing team. We were 1-11. I kept going up to the head coach, hey, put me in.
Right.
I actually got demoted to third string at some point, and because they wanted to get this other more athletic kid come in and give him kind of a change of pace quarterback. So they had a package for him. So I was back running the scout team. It was a major ego check for me after the accolades I had at St. Anna College. And the lesson I learned is there's a lot of things that are outside your control. When you try to control that and resist, it's not going to do you any good. So I had to really look inwardly and just try to be the best version of myself. And that was contributing towards my team, again, to your guys' point, being the best scout team quarterback that I could be. And I did that for a full year. I thought about transferring. Ended up deciding sticking it out. I had a girlfriend at the time who I really liked, so I wanted to kind of stay around her.
Good idea.
She's now my wife.
That was a really brilliant move.
It was
Andrew.
probably one of the.
But then after the season, during that off season, what did you do?
I went and trained with Adam Dato, per your suggestion, and he took my game to a whole nother level. And I came back after that for the next spring. By the way, Doug Martin came back as the head coach from Boston College because the BC staff got fired, so he came back and took over the head job. And I was really excited, right? I had my guy back who recruited me.
Right.
And wide open competition. So the guy that was the starter there the previous year at New Mexico State stayed, and I competed. I started as third string, and every week during spring ball, I would bump up. So after week one, played really well, and I was the second string guy. By the way, they made the quarterbacks live in scrimmage. So I don't know many schools that would do that. It actually benefited me.
They did that. We had live pass rush drills.
Yeah.
Meaning that they would come and tackle the quarterback.
Yep.
Usually quarterbers wear those nice off-colored jerseys.
We had no
for the rest
vest.
of the guys.
I never wore a vest in college.
So we were
So
fully
they would come
live.
hit you guys.
They didn't mean to hit me. They were told not to tackle me, but talking about live pass rush drills, I mean, come on.
We were
People
fully live.
flying around.
But it helped me show, hey, I
Move
can
around.
be creative, I can make guys
Yeah.
miss, and I can make plays. I wasn't the most traditional, prototypical quarterback, and I can make every throw. But
Did that help you to sit, to kind of get a different perspective?
I think it
on
forced me
playing?
to get better.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I could control.
right.
Right?
That's right.
These guys
That's
are
it.
making their decisions. They think it's the best for their team, right? They're getting paid to be the coach. I don't make those decisions. So
Right.
the one thing I can control was being the best quarterback I could be.
Yeah, I think if you back up even more, we're talking a lot about college, and we got to play at that level,
Yeah.
be a part of all that. But this happens in high school too.
All the time.
This happens, you're again coming out. Maybe you play youth sports. Maybe you didn't play youth sports. Maybe you're just trying out for the freshman football team for the first time, and maybe you're not getting any reps or any looks. But things happen. Kids grow at different times.
Coaches change.
Coaches change. Kids. The game comes to them in different ways at different points of their athletic journey. And
Yes.
you said it well, Andrew. The ability to control the controllables.
Yeah.
Which is, am I gonna, run from drill to drill, or am I gonna jog? Am I gonna bring, energy and enthusiasm and love to this game? Am I going to treat it like a game
Right.
and have fun out here and do this?
Right.
All that stuff is contagious, and all that stuff adds value.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you're not the guy right now, quarterback, lineman, linebacker, receiver, or whatever, you might get 0 catches for 3 weeks.
You don't know what can happen either. A guy can go down.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're the guy.
Well, this happened to me in high school. So
Yeah.
my sophomore year, of high school, there's a quarterback 1 year ahead of me. Great quarterback, returning starter coming back his senior year. We've got a great team. We lost in the finals of our regional, the CIF championship. So I'm going into my junior year now, and I'm like, I'm ready to play. Like I know, but quarterback's taken. So compete for that. Quarterback's taken. What else can I do to get on the field, to get in this game?
To help your team.
Right.
Yeah.
To help your team.
And I raised my hand like, I'm pretty sure I can play safety.
Right.
And I can catch the ball a little bit too. So first game, top 2 receivers go down. I was like the number 3 receiver. And here I am, taking 100% of the reps on offense and 100% of the reps on defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's a cool.
And
cool.
and it was so much fun because it made me a more well-rounded quarterback, which is my primary position. But I also the goal of sports is to find ways to get on the field and play.
Yeah.
Whether it's like the vision that you have of yourself playing this spot at this time, or what the team needs at that point in time, right?
The bottom line is attitude. It's you're part of the team.
And stay in the course.
Stay the course. Stay the course. Your time will come. You got to trust your time will come. Believe your time will come. But do the best you can, no matter what role you have in the moment, for your team.
Yeah, and there's unbelievable satisfaction in doing that if you really buy into it.